Hello world, welcome back to Razor RC. Got another fun one today. A brand new kit just came out on the market. The TLR 22X-4 just came out yesterday actually, and I got mine today. And I want to show you what's inside the box. So this is obviously 1/10 scale electric 4-wheel drive buggy from TLR. And as far as I know, I believe this is the very first shaft drive TLR 4-wheel drive buggy that they've ever had. So at 10 scale, of course. Everything up to this point, the XX4, the XXX4, the 22.4, the 22.4 2.0 has all been belt drive, which honestly, has its pros and cons, but things have changed and times have changed, tracks have changed, and they've decided to go with shaft drive. So this is kind of a long time in the making, made in Taiwan there. Retails for $400 here in the United States. I think it's a little bit more out there in Europe. And yeah, we're going to take a look at what's inside. So in addition to just doing an unboxing, I kind of like to give some background information, just so we're not just like looking at boxes and metals and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna take a look inside. I have not seen what's inside. As you can see, I'm just popping open the seal for the very first time myself. Makes for not super high quality TV sometimes, because I forget sometimes how to open these boxes, but we're gonna see. So very heavy box, traditional black and yellow box. Here's the brand new body, obviously is special for this particular kit. As you can tell, kind of a rectangular shoebox style body, just like every other 4-wheel drive pretty much on the market. Low profile, made out of 0.7 millimeter thick polycarbonate. So this is kind of a lightweight body, not super crazy thin, but lighter than your traditional bodies. Go through the bags real quick. So, as I mentioned, first shaft drive vehicle. Times have kind of changed. The 22.4 2.0, which I also have, is pretty much very similar to the XX4, which I think was their first 4-wheel drive buggy. Enclosed tunnels, 3 belts, centrally mounted motor, electronics package is a little bit different, but yeah, overall, pretty much 20-plus-year-old design, updated a little bit, gear differentials instead of ball differentials, different, battery layouts for shorties, that kind of thing. So times have kind of changed here, and TLR decided to finally update their vehicles. And so, yeah, they decided to go shaft drive just like everybody else has. So let's kind of go through the kit real quick. So bag A, as I understand it, this pretty much builds inside out. So kind of gear divs, turnbuckles, shocks are built first, and then you kind of go to the chassis, all that kind of stuff later. Comes with some blue thread locker, a couple different shock oils. Interesting, they kind of changed things up a little bit. Looks like they kind of put, rather than weight, maybe the CTS. Anyways, can't quite tell what kind of diff fluid is in there. I believe it's like 7K, 4K, something like that. Gaskets. They are steel ring gear, steel internals, steel out drives, but they are a little bit different design from other TLR differentials. So this has kind of been a while in the making. Everyone assumed that they were going to come out with a brand new kit, and actually they showed off a prototype that Dakota Fen came in second last September at the Worlds 4-wheel drive race out there at the Hudi Arena. I think was that Slovakia, I believe. Bag I. So we got bearings. Looks like we got the 5.0 wheel hexes. I think this is the rear end. Hinge pins, CVAs. Not sure what else is in this. Looks like rear sway bars, so 1.0, 1.2 sway bars. This is pretty much designed for dirt. Oh, looks like we got aluminum. What is that? Maybe I'm not sure what that is right there. Hub carrier or some sort. Not really sure what that is. Looks like, yeah, rear hub carriers. Oh, this is actually the ball stud mount, aluminum as well. So yeah, this is the rear end of the drivetrain there. The wing, as I already showed you, same wing as normal, pretty thick, probably 1 millimeter, maybe slightly more. Bag B looks like the center slipper. So it comes with the center slipper, There's a center differential option, although you have to buy that yourself. Looks like it's got three pad slipper or 3 disc slipper, maybe 3 or 4 pads, not exactly sure, but definitely 3 of the discs. And then a couple of different spur gears, I think for mod or stock. Some extra hardware. And something I kind of noticed is it seems like they are actually including some extra spares. So it looks like you get some screws, a wheel nut, maybe a diff shim right there, body clip. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, something new that TLR has been doing the last year or so. Turnbuckles, steel of course. I think they're 3.5mm ball cups. Enclosed ball cups. TLR did try to have sort of these hole punched open ball cups a while back. I think you can still get them, but I guess they were not quite as reliable as the old enclosed ball cups, so they are sticking with that. Bag H, a very big bag. Looks like carbon fiber shock towers, probably a front, or no, probably more likely a rear arm spacing shims it looks like. Steel standoffs for the shocks. The other shock tower, is this both shock tower? I think it's just the rear shock tower. What else we got in here? Bearings. For whatever reason, sometimes they got these brown bearings, sometimes they got these black bearings. I don't know what that is. But yeah, this kit is completely new. Looks like aluminum C and D blocks. They're going to have the inserts for different anti-squat, toe-in, that kind of thing. Looks like a body mount basically there. Bag G, what have we got in here? Some screws, front spindles, 4.0 wheel hexes for the front. So the wheels on this thing are different. Little CVA. They did change the CVA design, so they're sort of this captured pin design rather than this set screw captured CVAs. That's a nice improvement. Front sway bar, front hinge pins, and then aluminum hub carriers in the front. So that's pretty nice. Bag G. Hub carriers? No, what are those called? I guess spindle carriers. I don't know. Bag F, more shock standoff steel, of course. Looks like some, what are these? Oh, not sure what these are. I guess they are the shock standoff. Oh, these are the shock standoff nuts, I guess. Yeah, they kind of had this issue with the shock standoffs sort of popping off on their own, so they kind of included like these giant shock nuts now, so that doesn't happen so much. Carbon fiber shock tower. Aluminum, I guess, A and B blocks. You get part of the bulkhead here. So one thing this kit does not have, which I was a little surprised about, is it does not have adjustable diff heights. Even like the 5.0, the 22.5.0 has adjustable diff heights. Pretty much every other modern day four-wheel drive buggy has adjustable diff heights. Now they did mention the reason for that is it makes the buggy a heck of a lot more lighter when you don't have diff inserts, aluminum brackets, you know, stuff that every other four-wheel drive bucket needs to have to make it durable. So they decided to go with the lightweight route rather than the adjustable diff height route. We'll see if that works or not. Judging by how fast this kit has performed so well in the prototype phase, I assume it's working out pretty well, but it is definitely a change. Looks like carbonitride coated shafts. These are the shocks. Machined aluminum shock bodies, of course, aluminum bottom end caps, machined pistons, machined spacers, X-rings. I believe the springs are yellow and pink, low frequency springs. Shock oil wise, we got 42.5 and 40 weight oils. Carpet obviously will be higher weights. I'm building this up as a carpet vehicle, so definitely need some other parts. I actually have a video on all the other option parts I picked up, but yeah, out of the box is really more of a dirt setup. I believe these are 3mm shock shafts, although they do make 3.5mm options, I believe. 22X-4 tuning parts. So this looks like the adjustable pills, adjustable inserts, I guess for hub heights, I would imagine. Long, probably shock rod ends here if you want longer shocks. More shims, Looks like maybe a diff riser, so maybe that's how they're kind of getting around the adjustable diff height. They're going with diff risers, different length shock cups, or depending on how long. Let's see, why would you have different shock cups? I can't remember. Oh, depending on how long the springs are, basically your ride height, how short you're making your shocks. It's been a while since I've used one of those. But yeah, nice little tuning parts package. Moving on, we got the bag E. So this looks like maybe the center drivetrain. We got the long mud guards, center stiffeners down the middle, the little central brace for the center slipper. Looks like a carbon, probably a brace for the front steering rack. Aluminum posts, I think, for the bell cranks. So yeah, this looks like kind of the chassis and steering parts. Nice little piece overall, a lot of carbon fiber. So yeah, this kit definitely has more carbon fiber. The old 22X-4 had no carbon fiber, if I can remember correctly. Wheels, maybe some sort of, I don't know what that is, a motor mount, or I don't know what that is there. So yeah, like I mentioned, the front wheels are different. They're about 1 millimeter, I guess they stick out 1 millimeter more than the old one, so you got to use a thicker hex if you want to run the old 22X-4 wheels. The rears, I believe, are the same. Yeah, a little bit odd. I think these are compatible with Schumacher X-ray front wheels, kind of your standard IFMAR offset like they mentioned. So here's the chassis. Looks like 2.5 millimeter, I would guess. Very thin chassis. Fair number of holes on the bottom. It does have adjustable central diff movement, so you can mount it a little more forward, a little more back, although you do need different dog bones if you're going to go that route. A lot of machining for pocketing. Looks like the battery would probably go, oh, actually this is the front end, so not really sure what these cutters are here. One of these is going to be the ESC side. I imagine that is the battery side. So yeah, nice little chassis plate. No sort of extra slimming down on the rear end. This looks like, yeah, 2.5 millimeters to me. So nice little chassis. And then we'll get into the manual. No, this is a very thick manual. Oh yeah, all the TLR manuals are quite thick. Been a little while since I built a four-wheel drive TLR, but intended to. Some stickers and stuff inside. Let's just kind of open this real quick. Take a look inside. TLR manuals are always pretty good. They're sort of like this international version. Here we go, some option parts. Aluminum horn you definitely want to get. Not sure what these are. Titanium ball studs, titanium turnbuckles, different. Well, they provide sort of this LCD drive set, which is kind of more of a universal style, I believe. EC tray, carbon fiber, some aluminum parts. What is that? CVA sleeves and aluminum. I guess they must be plastic. Carbon wing washers. Magnum Force, motor spray, adhesives. Yeah, one interesting thing. I didn't realize they had this new shock O-ring grease. I guess it's been out for a little while, but I never owned any. So some TLR paraphernalia, and then of course Spectrum radios if you need a radio. 22X-4 sticker sheet, and then the manual itself looks pretty standard. Some verbiage in different languages: English, German, French, and Italian. No Spanish, huh? Never noticed that. Yeah, instructions. Yeah, definitely read all the little verbiage. They tell you little bits and tricks here and there. There's a lot of like symbols, you know, add oil here, rotate this, all that kind of stuff to tell you what to do. Times 4, you gotta do it 4 times, obviously. And then usually in the rear, they kind of have some setup sheets. Looks like the little instruction manual for the center differential. Some more information about the forward mounted motor. So yeah, all kind of the tuning options. They usually give a little bit of explanation, parts diagram, of course, all different parts, and then additional option parts, different gears, all that kind of thing. Limited warranty, not a whole lot of tuning information, I guess. Did I miss something? Yeah, usually maybe I was just used to the 22X4 with all the belt tension options. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The 22X-4, long-awaited vehicle. I'm talking like years that people have been waiting for this vehicle. I think they probably sort of had some starts and stops and false starts and stuff in this project. The market changed a little bit. Everything's gone higher and higher traction. Carpet's gotten more popular, and so they wanted to make sure they came out with something good. Yeah, so anyways, that's it. 22X4, brand new buggy. I'm going to be building this up, probably taking my time a little bit more. I got some other parts I'm including in my build to make it carpet worthy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, subscribe. Hit the add notifications button as always. Look for more videos soon. Thanks for watching.